Welcome to year 2020. It is the 2020 vision, and this is the first podcast of the year. We are going to talk about two different topics. One is going to be talked about depression and the black community. And that one I'm going to take a back seat to that. Obviously, I'm here with my host, Dee Dee and Karen.
Hello.
We will start off with the 2020 vision, and everybody, please give a very loving farewell to Dee Dee because she'll be leaving when?
The 19th in January.
19th. She'll be starting her new journey into college.
Yeah.
And I believe next year is her birthday too. So this is a lot of, actually, no, this year. This year. I must say next year. Shit.
Yeah.
This year. Okay. Actually, it's after my birthday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
We both leave. Yeah. But no, this year's, I'm pretty sure y'all saw the meme 2020 vision. So we're going to start off probably the first 20, maybe a half an hour. I don't know how we're just going to go. But I want to hear what their vision is for 2020. And I want to start with Didi. What is your new look of this new decade that we into?
Oh my God. I really haven't put much thought into it.
Okay.
I don't like making resolutions.
That's good. Please don't.
I just
It's pointless. Just sorry.
I just live like day by day because I feel like if I put like a plan up, if I don't make that plan, I just feel like I just didn't succeed my year.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to put like unrealistic expectations on myself. Mm-hmm. So when I look at 2020, I just look at just like living my life and being happy. I feel like people don't, but they just skip over like mentally being okay. And I'm for mental health like 100%. So mentally I just want to be in the right from a mind, like spiritually, physically, mentally, and just take on the year. Yeah, overall, and just take on the year and just whatever comes my way, just dominate it 110%.
I like that. Yeah. So,
Okay.
which one is it? Hand?
Right.
Okay, no, whatever. Okay, cool. What is your biggest fear going into this new journey of yours? Like going to college, about to be away from your home. By the way, you about to, or mommy, Karen, you're going to be an empty nester soon. So
Yeah.
that's a new adjustment for you and Eric and everything. So I can imagine that's going to weigh on you a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, woo.
That's my baby girl.
I'm kind of nervous to go out because it's like I'm away from home. I have my brother down there and everything with like my mom and my dad. That's like foundation right there. So it's gonna be kind of weird not like seeing them 24/7 because I do now. Like I see them every single
All day,
day.
every day. Wake up, mom. What's up? Go to bed.
Yeah.
Mom.
Like all right, mom. Like
Do this. Leave me alone.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm in state where I can just like, oh hey mom, hey what's up? I'm like so far. I'm 5 hours away. So it's like it's gonna be different. But I'm excited. My fear. Oh God. I don't know. I have a fear of like being lonely sometimes. Not like relationship wise, but as far as like
Being by yourself?
Yeah, like friendship wise. Because I never like grew up. I never was okay with like forming friends. I'm a very awkward person, but I'm awkward in a funny way. And some people think,
Okay.
and some, no, I'm like,
okay.
I am awkward. I'm an awkward person, but like. I'm funny. I'm goofy. I'm still that's just who I am, and not everyone can take that. So I feel like that's like probably my fear, but. Then again, it's college. Like, it is what it is. If you can accept me for me, then I shouldn't be around you.
I'm about to say
So-
at this point, man, take me for who I am.
Yeah,
Now let's walk away.
Not really.
Right.
I won't say a fear, but more so like, no, like the unknown is kind of a little bit scary, but
Okay.
I won't say like a fear. Just like, just I'm uneasy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So.
I know you said that you don't like making, plans because just because if it don't pan out, you don't want to feel like that you haven't succeeded. But is there any goals or any plans that you have deep down inside that you want to accomplish this year?
Just being more driven, I guess. I'm always a motivated person and like a driven person. Anything I set out to do, I would like to accomplish, and I put everything in it to accomplish it. But just being more driven than I was the year prior. That's basically. I feel like if I keep pushing myself to do greater things will come my way. So
I like that.
that's like one thing I would like to accomplish is just keep the same mentality and motivation to do better in life.
Okay.
And well, this whole decade, trying to get my 4-year degree, my master's and PhD. So that's what's
got
on my
10
mind
years.
for these next 10 years.
Yeah,
So,
you got 10 years to do it.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
you can knock it out.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Mommy, so what is your vision of 2020?
My vision for 2020 is to stop overthinking things. Lots of times I think too much,
Okay.
and that kind of holds me back from doing things.
Okay.
So this year, I'm more, like with Deanna said, I'm more driven.
Okay.
Like, whatever happens, bring it.
Okay.
And not to be afraid to take that first step. It's like, I know people don't think this, but it's true. I am shy. I really am.
If y'all can see my face right now, like it got like dead quiet, like really like come on, stop bullshit, like stop lying. Besides,
No, I am in some ways. I am shy. I am shy. But what I want to do for this year, I really want to put myself out there because, as you know, I love fashion.
Yep.
I sell jewelry, and I'm really looking to push myself to do more this year with my jewelry.
Okay.
So, and the thing about it is, I was blessed to went to Manilis to drop something off, and the Manilis was like, "Won't you have a jewelry party here?"
Awesome.
And I was like shocked.
Okay.
So, definitely put myself out there to be more of that business mind of selling jewelry.
Okay. What is your business for the jewelry again?
It's called Fit for Queen.
Okay.
I sell jewelry through paparazzi. And it's really nice jewelry for $5. And then we have a Z collection that's $25. So my thing is to really empower women to the fact where, stop looking like somebody else and be who you are. Because there's probably somebody out there who wants to be like you, but you probably don't even know it.
That's true.
So
people watching us.
Exactly. So start loving you and be out there to talk to more women, encourage women.
I like that.
This year I just feel like, I want to be out there. Not to be famous and well known, nothing like that, but be to the fact where it's like, every time I hear her name, I think positive.
Okay.
Like you hear Michelle Obama, you think powerful.
Most people think about her arms.
She do that.
I mean, every time I think, her arms, like her arms. Okay, cool.
She
That's
do
what's
that.
up.
But Angela Bassett and What Love Got to
yeah,
Do, and then she did the Eagle Spread.
She's
I just
good.
made that up, but
Eagle spread.
I know exactly
Eagle
what you mean.
spread.
Eagle spread means something totally different. You know what that means, right?
No, I don't. What does that mean?
Let's not get into that. That's a whole different.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole different topic. Eagle spread is something totally different.
Oh, okay. Well, when she stretched out her arms,
Yeah, that's not what that means.
her mother.
That is not what Eagle spread means.
Don't get me to
I'm
laugh.
sorry. I'm just saying.
I got over my colds. I know coughing, but you're gonna get me to laugh at coughing. But yeah, ready to take that chance. And my first thing on my list is to eat healthy and become fit.
Okay.
I'll be 52 this year. And I thank God I don't look like what some people that I'm 52. My God, you don't look it, and I don't want to look
That's
it.
good. That's really
So
good.
health is number one for me.
Awesome.
And eating right, because I am a stress-free eater, as you already know. So I'm looking to train myself not to eat just because.
That you're stressed out or emotionally eating.
Yes. So that's my goal, definitely, and then to get used to. Just me and Eric in the house.
That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be really crazy.
Oh my God.
Empty nesters, shit. I can't even imagine.
Ty. I just even thought about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't believe my baby girl is off in college. I mean, she's in college now, but away from home, So that's gonna be a change for me. So I think with that time that me and Dee Dee used to spend, going out getting our feet done or shopping, whatever, I'm gonna be more in the gym.
Okay.
Using that time to get myself fit and trim and looking good. Not for anybody else, but for me.
That's good.
And then focus on my business and then also my fashion, my fashion show, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
How can somebody reach you to get the jewelry?
Oh, the jewelry, yes. My cell number is, you guys, I thought like, what in the world going on over there? Between Ty and Deanna, they make, okay.
Go ahead.
For the jewelry, you can reach me on my cell, which is 413-364-0098. And if I don't pick up, please leave me a message. Let me know that you heard the advertisement through Ty's podcast, and I would definitely give you a call back and speak with you to see what you're looking for. So if you have a wedding coming up, proms coming up soon, and certain colors that you want to wear, I'm all about fashion. I teach fashion as well as runway. So please check me out.
I will put all the information in the bio below. So just if y'all didn't catch that, don't worry. I will give you all the information. But talk to me about this fashion show that's coming up. What's this all about?
So
So
I'm excited because that's my thing. I love fashion. But on Sunday, August 2nd, we are having our 4th annual fashion show. So it's Open Heart Church present Deanna and Karen, which Deanna is my daughter, and then myself. Deanna and Karen present our 4th annual fashion show, and our theme is 2020 Visions. And I know everybody's looking because of the year, but you should also have a vision for yourself as well.
That's true.
And my vision for the fashion show is that we take it to New York.
Okay.
We take it to London. We take it to Cali. And Ty's one of our models, you guys. You
Yes,
got to come
I
and
am.
see him
Yes,
because
I
he
am.
works the runway.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So in this year, some of the proceeds will be going to the Shriners Hospital like we did last year. And they were so grateful for the donation because, you look at it, you never know how you bless people. And I never knew that some of my close friends' children was a Shriner.
Really?
Yeah. And so that made us feel really good. So this year, another donation will be going to Shriners Hospital.
Awesome.
So we're asking everybody to please, please, please. We have an awesome time. The show is awesome.
Yes,
we having
it's fun.
every year.
And the food is awesome too.
And it's at Manili's, 65 Rye Street in South Windsor. Please. And if you have a wedding coming up, give Sandy a call at Manili's. She's awesome. But anyhow, we do. It's dinner is included with the price with the fashion show, and it's from 4 to 8. So please, if you want to have a good time on a Sunday, and we do carpet. So when you walk in,
yes.
Our color this
Blue
year.
carpet, red carpet, green carpet, some type of carpet.
Yes.
There's a carpet.
Any carpet?
Yeah, any carpet. It doesn't matter. There's a carpet there.
It's a carpet.
It's a carpet. I don't care.
So, this year, our colors are emerald green and silver.
Okay.
And emerald green is a rich color.
It is.
And we're having an emerald green carpet. So when you walk in, it's all about you. It's
I like
all
that.
about
I
you.
like that.
So
I like that.
come check us out. I guarantee you will have a good time. Matter of fact, you may want to be in it next year.
Is there any call to action for any models out there that you want to shout out to?
Oh my God, all my models.
Okay.
Oh, all my models. Can I list them all?
How many do you have? Like shit.
Oh.
shit.
Okay, so you. Shout out to
yes.
Ty.
Thank you.
My husband Eric, my girl Deanna, my baby girl Devon, Jonathan. Hey AJ. And
What's up, AJ?
Moski. I call him Moski, but it's Mo.
Oh, Mo.
Yeah, I call him Moski. Randy.
OG.
Yeah, OG.
Oh, man.
Shawana. Helen. Stacy. Floyd. Who else? Oh my. Middleton. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the children, my babies. Even the babies are in the fashion show. So even the children, yeah. So we're gonna have this year. We may have a total of 32 models.
Okay, I like that.
That's gonna be in it this year. So if you're interested, please.
Listen, if anybody listening, if y'all want to be a model, please take down this number. It's 860-719-7336. Give Karen a call. She will definitely interview you, and if you're a good fit, you might be in the show. So, again, all this information I will put in the bio below, so don't worry about the number. If you didn't catch it, I will definitely put it there. Just reach out to Karen or reach out to me, and I will pass you over. But, it seemed like you got a lot of good things coming up for 2020. I like that.
Yes.
Different vision, fashion show, health is very important.
Yes.
Thank you for opening up and saying that you're a stressful eater. A lot of people deal with that every single day, and a lot of people have a hard time just saying it,
Right.
And just admitting it to themselves. So big ups to you for saying that, and also big ups for you saying that you want to keep your mental health in check and stuff, and be more driven.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a topic that I sent both of y'all, and I for the listeners, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Taraji, most of y'all know her from like Cookie from Empire. She came out and she was talking about her mental health or her depression over the last 2 years that she was dealing with, and it kind of got me thinking that in the Black community, mental health is not talked about. And if it is, it's like a hush-hush. I'm going to talk for myself. I want to make this very clear. I want to make sure that everybody knows I'm not talking for the Black community. I'm not talking for the Black man. I'm talking for me. When I was growing up, it was talked about as being strong. Mental health wasn't an issue, meaning depression or bipolar. that wasn't, not saying that it wasn't common or it wasn't around. It's just if there was something wrong with you, you have to deal with it. The reason why I say that is because it seemed like every other race, and I don't want to make it about race, but I do have to put the light on different cultures. They have help. In the Black community, we don't have help in a sense of we can reach out to a therapist, we can reach out to our brothers in arms or our sisters or mothers, stuff like that, but it's not the same help in a sense. It's not the same foundation or the same struggles that everybody else go through. And I can't talk about every other race. I'm only talking about what I see in my community as a whole. And Taraji actually said a lot of things that I personally can't talk about because I'm not a woman. That's why I have these two lovely ladies here. And I want to hear what they actually took from that clip that I actually sent them on being a Black woman. It's hard to just admit that you have issues or just saying that I need help, because a lot of people look at y'all being this goddess, this queen that you're supposed to carry your husband, your husband, your kids, and whoever on your back. And for y'all to fall down, it seemed like it's like less than something. But if any other race fall down, it's like it's okay, and they still have that title that they have. But then it seemed like when a Black woman falls, it's like, oh, we already knew that she was weak. So I will turn this over to y'all. I definitely want to start with Dee Dee. I want to hear what you think about that. You can actually take little bits and pieces on what we already talked about behind it, and you can bring in what we was about to talk about earlier, and we could go on with that.
Okay. But Taraji's like coming out and saying like she's dealing with all like mental stuff like that. I can definitely relate to that, because growing up, again, I went to an all like white school, and being the only Black one there, I felt like lonely, and I feel like I'm not as far as comparison to Taraji as far as her career wise, but I am comparison as far as how she may feel lonely in like a white industry like Hollywood, and she's like, she's like being recycled, if that makes sense, because there's not a lot of Black actresses, so she's in a sense being recycled over and over and over again. So it could be really lonely in the sense that with me going to the white school, like I just felt like no one understood me, and when her coming out and say if she would have came out early in her career, she probably would have I felt the same way. I know I'm in high school, is always in AP classes. Only Black kid in AP classes. Only Black kid and also Black female in AP classes. Okay. And I think teachers don't push Black kids. Not teachers, but people in general don't push Black kids or Black people, period. And like growing up, I suffered with like depression and anxiety. And I actually came forward to my counselor, and I was like, and she's a Hispanic woman, and I was like, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now. And she took it as like, okay, like, we're gonna get you help. And the first thing I told her was, if I'm gonna be treated like a number, I don't want your help. And I said it straightforward like that. If I'm gonna be treated like just case number 505, I don't want your help. And she was like, no, like, I said, okay, like, we're gonna talk and everything. And the meeting did go well and everything. And I said in the meeting, I don't want to be treated like a number. I'm not a number. And I think that's the reason why with me personally, I didn't reach out for help, because it's like they view me as just a number. You're just a paycheck while the hours go by. And it's like I don't want to be treated like that. And also, we don't have enough like Black men or female therapists. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to a white therapist, because it's like you don't know how I feel. You may say like, oh, you're going through this condition and that condition, but like mentally, you don't know what I'm thinking or feeling.
That's true. And
it's like only a person of color would know how I'm feeling. If I say like, police brutality, you automatically know what I'm going to talk about, and like we can agree to disagree, but somehow we're going to agree on the same thing. Yeah. And going to like a white person, it's just like you're not understanding where I'm coming from, and the fact of not understanding could be damaging, because it's like if I do reach out for help, which is a good thing, you're not gonna understand. So what's the point of wasting my money?
Can't relate.
Exactly. So with what Taraji was saying in like the article that that came out, I 100% agreed with it, because with me, I didn't come out and say I needed help. I just hold it in. I felt like I'm strong. First of all, I go to an all white school. I gotta be strong. If I'm weak, they'll call me ghetto. I'm not classy, like nappy headed. So it's like I don't have time to be like I'm tired. There was no time for that. The only time that I was like I'm tired is when I cracked down. My mom saw it and she was like, "You need help," and I'm like, "I don't want to go." And I was like, "Mom, I don't want to go." And like, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I get back in that funk, but thankfully for my mom, like she's there by my side 100%.
Awesome.
And everyone has that support, but it's just like it's hard to try to reach out for help when no one can relate to you because you feel lonely. Like technically you're a minority in this world. So it's like you only have limited resources, and if you are not privileged enough to be in a nice area or near an urban area, you're not gonna have a lot of resources either. Because all you know is your friends, and I'm pretty sure your friends are going through the same thing you're going through, but ain't telling you nothing.
Right.
And y'all both in the slump. Like, what do we do?
That's
Right.
true.
So
That's
it's a
true.
repeated cycle, and it's hard to get out of it because I think white women are projected as innocent and like submissive, and they're not supposed to get hurt. And black women are projected like they're hard. They have the attitude.
Yeah.
Wallers. It's like, why are we like that? It's the reason why we're like that. And not that because we're born that way. It's history. We have to be like that because of society.
Yeah.
We can't light up. We can't because it's like if we do, it's like, hey, well, she's lazy.
Exactly.
Was she on welfare? Is she on? Was she on this and that? And it's like,
Yes.
no, I got my own,
Yes.
but I'm having a breakdown right now.
Yes.
I think people forget that like black women, yeah, we have to be strong, but we're human too. It's like we can't carry everyone on our backs.
No.
You can't carry your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, like spouses. You can't do it all. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to even like I'm not saying all black men do this, but I feel like sometimes when it comes to like the black race with black men, they are so dependent on black women sometimes to like help them carry them, and it's like we can't do that either. But we're projected as you're queens. You have to do that. There's no in and out of it. Like you got to do that. So that's just my take on it. I don't know. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. Like
No.
as far
I like that. I like that. I like that.
as
No,
far as this,
I like that. I like
yeah,
that.
that's just my take on it. We go through a lot, and I don't think people, as far as non-people of color, like white women and white men, or even black men, really truly understand what a black woman goes through. Because
I'll be honest, I don't.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one. Like, I mean, I
I
have an understanding, and I see from my mother, my aunts, from y'all, and stuff like that. I mean, but at the end of the day, whether you're black or white, I don't know what women go through.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for the women, I do want to comment on what you were saying that men look at black women to be their queen. I can speak for myself. Every race that I dated, I looked at them in their race. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but there is a stigma, and there's a stigma on every other race when it comes down to women, on what you, sad to say, what you expect from them. And sad to say, when I date black women, yes, I do expect from them to be basically in the essence of that black queen. Because in my eyes, I'm that black king, so we got to be powerful together. Now, with that said, this is going to be very wrong of me to say it, but when I date white, I don't actually look at it in the same light. I look at that person to be just my equal, not being more so submissive. When I date Hispanic, I'd be more nurturing than anything else. Like, and it's funny, and I don't know where I adapted that from, but I can truly say, like, for every race that I dated, I looked at them in a way of who they are and based what society put on them, and then I just follow with that. Myself personally, I do hold black women in a high standard, only because we are representing a higher form of what we're representing out there. It's not a lot of black couples that you see out there a lot. And I'm not knocking that interracial dating. I'm not knocking that, because there's a lot of beautiful interracial dating.
Right.
My daughter is a product of a interracial dating, and I love my daughter to death.
That's right.
So I'm not knocking that whatsoever.
Right.
But you don't see that, and I don't know if it's because black men can't talk or handle a black woman, or even vice versa. Even if a black woman can handle or know how to talk to a black man, because I know when I talk about certain things, I know when I say I look at you as my equal or my queen and stuff like that, I expect for you to be this woman. That's like a very big burden on you, saying like, shit, like really, like, okay, that's a lot that you're asking me for. And I learned to kind of tailor that down or back that down a little bit, because that's not your burden to bear. For me to come into this relationship and say, well, I expect for you to be like this, instead of me giving you time to be who you are and let me see who you are, and then we go from there. But I know over the years that I used to do that, and it did get me in in a lot of trouble because having an expectation coming into a relationship. We did this, the segment on expectation, and that's where it came from. Is from a personal standpoint that having an expectation can ruin somebody because you're not giving that person a chance to prove who they are, whether you're black, white, or Hispanic or Chinese, so basically whoever. But in the black community, I think there is a high standard of that expectation to be a queen or be a king and not break, or to be supportive, or to hold your man up and stuff like this. And it's I don't know if it's sad or if it's wrong, but I do feel like we do need to build each other up. I do believe that we do need to, and when I say stick together, I'm not talking about just dating. I'm talking about as a whole. Exactly. I'm talking about I should be able to come to my brother, whether we blood related or not, and sit down and just yo, I'm having a hard time, and not be judged and be like, oh, you a fucking pussy, man up. All my life, I was told to be tough. I was told to not show my emotions. So eventually that seed was planted, and then I had basically a current event that happened that sparked who I am. So it was already in me to not be so emotional. And then when that current event happened, it just put the icing on the cake type thing. So it just shut off all my emotion. So I'm looked at being heartless, being cold. I'm not affectionate enough. And I'm not putting the blame on society or my upbringing, but I am the product of what happened when you break. I just shut down my emotions. And for me, it's fine. But for everybody else, I know that's hard to kind of deal with. And I know there's a lot of black men in the same boat. Me and my brother is almost identical. We have the same outlook on life a little bit. So it's from the black man, I would say, for that statement, for that the dating statement. From me, let's just say, I do look at black women in a higher standard than any other race. So, but please continue.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say that.
No, I get that, but even with that, Mama, you I talked before. When it comes to dating, I don't discriminate. If I find you attractive, if we vibe together, that's just how I am. And sometimes I will get bashed for that with my black guy friends. Why could you date a black guy? And I'm well, I could. I'm not saying that I won't. I
could.
I don't discriminate.
None of your goddamn business who I date.
I do whoever I want to date. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. I don't care. If I chill with you and I vibe with you, that's all that matters to me. But when I do know when it comes to black men, they don't find me attractive because I'm a black woman, and they will tell me I don't date black girls because you're hard-headed, and I'm
hard-headed.
Yeah. Hard-headed or
Karen, calm down. Woosah, just woosah, because I don't even know what that fucking means. Hard-headed.
Basically,
oh damn, Karen.
Comment on that.
Struck a nerd.
My God.
Hard-headed or bossy, or you can't be submissive. You're very hands-on. You don't know how to back down. And it's well, growing up in this society, I can't back down. That's the thing that some black men don't understand. It's black women are raised and taught you cannot back down. This is what you got to do. And I feel some black men don't get that. It's we're not being bossy. We're not trying to not be submissive. We're trying to do it all thing in one. But it's we're raised to be like this. I'm raised to be independent. I'm raised to have my own. I'm raised to speak my mind. I'm not raised to be submissive and be whatever. I'll do this. Want me to do it? I can do that for you. No, that's not how I'm raised. Okay. Now, am I passive? I'm very passive. But I feel I'm speaking on black men, not all, but some black men will categorize all black women in one boat. Y'all all the same. Yeah. And it's no, we're all not loud, because I'm not loud. I'm very shy, actually. I am shy. I'm shy.
Wait, first of all, both of you need to stop saying y'all shy. So, I'm going to be honest. Maybe because y'all comfortable around me, because that's some bullshit.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, fair enough.
I'm a very shy person. When I get to know somebody, I'm very, very shy. But when I get to know them, I come out, and that's my true self. But not every black woman is loud or ghetto or don't have class. And I feel some people, black men especially, categorize them in the same boat. And that's why one particular guy told me, I don't date black women because of the attitude. You're not submissive. And, white women are. And I'm okay, what? Like, what? So, like, hearing that from a black man telling me that,
Shit.
I'm kind of like,
I'm gonna
well,
punch the shit out you.
yeah,
Like, what?
it's like, okay. And a lot of black women they want to go and have a relationship with a black man, but I think most of the time it's like they don't have a relationship with a black woman, and again that can cause like mentally damaging, because it's like you're not being wanted by your own race, and you're getting like you're getting damaged by first black men and then also black women, and you hear from the white society that you're not good enough, and you're mentally not okay, like you're going through depression and anxiety, and it takes a toll on you. You can't say anything about it, because in reality you're strong, you're a queen, you don't break, you can't do that. You can't do any of that. So it's like you have this negative. It's a positive but negative stereotype. It's positive as far as us being strong, but also negative because we can't always be strong. And once we break, it's like, okay, like what happened here? Like you're supposed to be like you're bred to be strong. Like you was born and raised to be strong. Why are you being weak? And I think with different races, like the white race or the like Hispanic race, or even the women over there are taught like you're babies. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, you can cry. It's okay. But with us, it's just like, you ain't got time for that. You gotta.
Why you crying? Why you crying?
Yeah.
I can I say something?
Go ahead, Karen. Go ahead. I know you've been holding back. Go ahead.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
have.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me just say this. Respect is not given, it's earned. So don't come to me and tell me I must be submissive to you. In return, you need to be submissive to me as well. That's scripture.
I agree.
And respect is on both ends. But don't come and bash me and then expect me to respect you. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Because as me being a queen and you're supposed to be my king, we're supposed to uphold each other.
That's true.
But if you always want me to uphold you, my body's going to get tired. My mind's going to become weak. And then you expect me to encourage you. But yeah, I'm not. Listen, we all need to eat, right? To keep the body going, to keep the body healthy. But if I'm not getting that nourishment, I can't grow. So let's just flip this to the relationship wise. If you're not giving me what I need, what a man's supposed to give a woman, I'm not talking about just sex. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the encouragement. I'm talking about wake up in the morning and the sun's not even shining, but he looking at you say, you are the sunshine. You see what I'm saying? That encouragement. You can do it. When people say you can't, yes, you can. You know why you can't? You can do it because who you are. Your name says it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you don't get that, why am I with you? I can do bad by myself.
I think that's what most black women have, that mentality.
And then we come to the fact where we're not, okay, no, she's not submissive. She's disrespectful. I don't need that.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my daughter. Listen, the abuse starts mentally first.
Yeah.
Then it goes physical. Right? It's because if it get the mind, remember we talked about this before. A mind, that commercial back in the day, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. The mind is so powerful. The mind can have you believing that you could do things. And guess what? When Deanna Forever lift that 200 and something pound deadlift,
that shit was crazy.
She did it because her mind was like, you got this.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there's a couple guys there that day that didn't even lift it.
Couldn't do it.
You know what I mean? So the mind is powerful. So when your mind says, let's just be reasonable. Don't they might take you off the building.
So you understand? Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
But the thing about it is, going back to Taraji, and I was reading her
Her bio.
Yes. She had mentioned to the fact where that same year she was just coming out. The same year she lost her son's father.
Yes.
And she lost her dad within that same year. Now, mind you, I believe it was 2003, I believe. But yet she kept going. So everything that came against her, what she did, she suppressed to the fact where there was no outlet for her. You know what I mean? Because again, and I'm not saying this is what happened, I don't know, but as I'm reading this is what I'm thinking, that has she will reveal that she needs help, she wouldn't be where she is right now. Because the first thing they would say is she's unstable.
Yeah.
Not knowing the personal things that she goes through. We were taught whatever happens in your house stays in your house.
I repeat that all the time.
You know,
all the time.
so where do you go? What do you do? You may have some family or some kids or some men or some women that can't talk to their husband or their wives or
Parents.
their parents or their boyfriend or girlfriend. What do you do? So now you try to encourage yourself, but how can you encourage yourself when you're feeling like I need to release this? I'm tired of suppressing. And Ty, you and I had talked about this before. The lady that plays on Blackish, the mother,
Yes.
she came out years ago and said she's bipolar,
Yeah.
and she takes her medication and she keeps getting up. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have this pity party
No.
because you know what? Don't nobody give a rat's.
No. At the end of the day.
If you
Nobody
need the
actually cares.
help, whether you black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. If you need the help, especially us black women and black men, you have to get the help.
I think, but overall, like, how do we do that? I know I can speak for myself. When my mom passed, I actually suppressed it for 11 years.
Wow.
For 11 years. I mean, I dove into education. I got my master's. I got my bachelor's. I got a whole bunch of certifications. I studied neuroplasticity. Like, I mean, I did everything for a distraction until I actually did say, yo, enough is enough, because eventually when I turn back on, I know I'm going to have to deal with years of suppression, and
Exactly.
it's going to hit hard. So
Right.
when I did, I started chipping away at major things,
Mm-hmm.
and it came on like a wave. There was a lot of shit I had to deal with. Not just my mom dying. My dad died within the 2 years right after that.
Oh, wow.
My house burned down. Like after my mom died, she died in October. My house burned down in November, and then I went down to Florida and I had to deal with my brother drug addiction. So I had to, at the age of 18, I had to be a father. I had to be a mentor. I had to be a husband. I had to be a caregiver. And I didn't know what all that means, but I did the best that I could do.
Right.
So I suppressed me. Like, there was no outlet. I mean,
See?
when I did speak up, I mean, everybody else's voice was louder than mine. So it was like, well, you're not listening to me, so, well,
Right.
why should I keep continuing
Right.
to talk when
Right.
everybody keep talking about
Right.
themselves? So
Right.
I just been quiet.
Right.
I want to say I think that still plays in my life now when people talk, I tend to listen, and it's not like I don't want to talk. It's like 9 out of 10 I don't really have nothing to say no more. I really don't. But because I kind of developed that mentality, when people wants to talk, I listen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but one of my clients that asked me, she like, you help out a lot of people. Who helps you out? I'll be honest. I don't really have nobody, and I know my partner's probably listening, and I'm not trying to say personally that she doesn't help me out, because she does. But in the same way that people come to me, I don't have that outlet. Not saying that I need it now, but I don't have that outlet. If I do need it, I do talk to Eric. I call Eric. There was a couple of years back that I was struggling on being a businessman plus being a father, and it was getting to me. I was like, yo, is it worth it of basically sacrificing my time to try to build something, and the person that's really getting the shit end of the stick is my daughter. Like, she just wants to see me and spend time with me, but I know that the more time that I'm aware, and I'm not trying to justify it, but I do got to put time into my business to make sure that her life is going to be better off. And it's hard. I mean, it took us a while to get us on like a good path and understanding. And there's times we, fall back, but, I do take her everywhere I go.
Right. That's
But
right.
I did talk to Eric about that, and I was just like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like, it was hard. He did come to me, and I thank him a lot for that, because at that time I didn't know who to talk to. I did reach out to my brother. He gave me some good advice, but I think Eric, it was more powerful because we're so close. And he tells me, what's going on, and so I feel like I could open up to him. Pretty much he's been through it and stuff like that. So it's like he's there where I'm at now.
Right.
So I need to reach somebody that been there, that understands it.
Right.
So
Right.
it is truth. Like, I mean, we don't have the necessary means of support and help in our our own community. And if we do, we need to stick together. I think that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. And I help out anybody. It doesn't matter, black, white, or Asian. I don't care. And anybody.
That's right.
But I do open up the doors for the youth. I make sure that I talk to the youth and trying to let them understand that, we all can fall down, but it's our choice to stay down there. And I know for me being 36, like the places that I've been in, the shit that I have overcome, you'd be surprised that I'm still standing here, because statistic proven that I should have been a drug addict and locked up in jail.
Yep.
Or dead.
Exactly. Yes.
Or dead.
Yes.
So
yes.
Everything is not in books. Like I am a nerd and I love statistics. I love numbers. But at the end of the day, the human being is the unpredictable being. Right. There's so much stuff that you can read in a book, but that book can only give you a guideline. At the end of the day, a person can always change within a second.
Right.
And I love all my scholars out there. I love all my scientists out there. Scientists and all my scholars is just educated guesses. Everybody's unique. Everybody's different. Me, for a prime example, I change my mind every single day. And not saying that I can't decide on something. It's just I know that I can change my core values and make myself to be something that I want to be.
There you go.
So wherever I came from, that don't mean that I have to be there.
Right.
Whatever situation that I'm in, I have the choice. I'm the driver.
Right.
I can create my own universe.
Right. That's right.
And knowing that I try to empower everybody else, especially with the youth, even black men, or it doesn't really matter black men or not, just any youth, that I want to let them know that the world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want with it.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, definitely going back to Primus Taraji and everybody, and that topic was very dear to me because my mother suffered from depression, and I did not know that. From what my brother told me and from my aunt told me a little bit, her father died, and she went into a 20-year breakdown.
Wow.
She lost all her businesses. She was locked up in her room. My brother Tony told me that when he needed a mother, she wasn't there. So she was struggling with depression. And before depression, quote unquote, if y'all was seeing me, I did quotations. Before depression was a thing to speak about, she had a mental breakdown. And from what everybody said, that I was her salvation. From what they said, that I was a miracle baby. The doctor said that she can't have no more kids. Like it was humanly impossible. Like it wasn't going to happen. Right. And by a miracle, and everybody listened to my voice, and Didi and Karen looking at me.
That's
I am real.
You're here. That's it.
That's it. So anything is possible.
That's right.
But my mother went through depressions, and I saw what depression did, but I also saw what codependent was like too. Codependent is an ugly thing. I do not recommend. And if people is dealing with a partner that's codependent, or even a parent that's codependent, I understand. If you need to talk, or if you need to set up an appointment, I will put my link below. Codependent is an ugly thing, because that means that person lives for you.
That's it.
And everything about them is you.
That's
and
it.
That is draining.
Yes,
that is hard.
Yes, it
that
is.
is another burden that another human being cannot endure.
Right.
To take on somebody else's emotion and saying that I live for you, that is too much to bear.
That's right.
Nobody should ever have to endure that much to know that my thought, my steps, what I do, my action can dictate your life. It's too much for anybody.
Exactly.
It's too much for anybody. And,
exactly.
I know for dealing with my mom and listening to y'all, and just listening to like different people around the world about this, is I do see a missing link in our community, and I definitely wanted to talk about this, and I want people to understand that this is a real thing.
Yes, it is.
Because we don't talk about it a lot doesn't mean that we don't hurt like everybody else.
Exactly.
We are human. That's right. Just like you said, Didi, like we are just like everybody else.
That's right.
You know, we hurt just like everybody.
That's
if
right.
you cut us, we bleed too.
That's it.
Sometimes we just need to just stop and just like somebody hold me. But But it's also on that said that it's also hard to actually reach out for that too, because we're not taught, like you said, we're not taught to be submissive, to be weak, to be vulnerable. Even when we want to be vulnerable and that we are having everything around us falling apart, like you said, or Karen, we got to get back up. We just got to just keep going. Like, at the end of the day, to be honest, nobody actually cares.
That's right.
Cheer.
Stop kicking her.
Oh, don't be so mean to me.
I didn't do.
Sorry, Ty. She's
No,
being
that's
mean
right.
to me
That's right.
now,
No.
you know, going off to college and she's being mean to me. Don't be mean to me.
But no, what did y'all take from like the whole segment of Promise to Raja? Like, cause that was intense. When I saw that was like really intense. Like, I know you text me that, and when I actually looked at that and I actually saw the interview, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then there's like a lot of other people, like even recently, I don't know if you saw the Netflix Promise Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I want to see
It's
that.
6 parts.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
wanna
It's
see
good.
that.
There's a lot of things that he was talking about, and there's a lot of things that, you know, critics was saying that he didn't really truly apologize, but he did apologize, but he didn't apologize type thing. I understand we're on basically both views. I understand that he apologized, he addressed it in his own way, or in the way that he know how to.
Right.
But he did go back and say, like, the way that he handled it, he recognized that he should have handled it a little bit differently. So
It was probably, you know, at the time, you know, one thing I noticed that society, you make a mistake and it's like, oh, it's hell to pay.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, again, it goes back to the point of him being human. We got this thing called freedom of speech. But the
To a
minute
point.
you...
To a point.
Exactly.
To a point.
But see, you need to be careful when you say that. Everybody ever had the right to say what they want to say. But then it's like when people say what they want to say, then you're crucified.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's like, I always tell people, when you come and ask me, you sure you want my opinion?
You sure you want that answer?
Because
be careful.
Well, yeah, I want.
Might not
yeah,
like it.
Exactly. But you know, he said what he said. It happened. It happened years ago. Don't keep revisiting the past, because I'm pretty sure that there's people out there that said something just hasn't been opened yet.
Oh, trust me, we all got skeletons in our closet.
Yes, but it's easy to point the finger because it's not
definitely.
about you.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I
definitely.
mean? He apologized. How many times did he have to apologize? Keep it moving. And but I saw clips of it when the guy asked him a question. He said, "I'm gonna stop you right there."
Yeah.
He took authority and took back the control of that conversation. Because he said, I said what I said. I went back and apologized. I'm not going to keep apologizing over about it again. It's done. It's like, you know, when you say something, then people come back and they just keep bringing it back. Remember when you said this? Remember when you said this? Remember when you... And then when you flip, oh, angry black woman, here we go again.
I know what I said.
Yeah.
Shit, you asked me like 8 times.
You know?
Fuck you asking me again.
Well,
Shit.
what's wrong with her? It's like...
What you mean? What's wrong with you? Fucking asked me like 8 times. Like, shit. How many times you want me to say I'm sorry? I say fucking Spanish.
I'm not going to keep saying sorry. I'm going to say sorry one time, and that's it. That's done. If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, that's not my problem.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person, I pick it up, I keep on moving. You know, and it's like, come on, people. You know, stop looking. And that's the problem. We so busy looking at the past. Where are you going? Where are you walking to? What is your future hold? What's your goals? Stop worrying about what somebody else did in the past, and let's take care of you, because if you had that much energy to be in their business, you know how far along you'll be in life?
Exactly.
No, seriously.
But
Seriously.
but that's what it is. Like, people don't want to put the mirror in front of themselves. Self-reflection. This whole season is about that. Is putting the mirror directly in front of you and taking personal responsibilities, whether you right or wrong, or you did something in the past. Like, shit, we all make mistakes. Ain't nobody on this earth fucking perfect.
Nobody.
Like, I'm pretty sure I probably said something, or I don't tweet, so God knows you can't find nothing about tweet. But then again, if I did tweet something, then fuck it, I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure I put something on Facebook or Instagram that some people don't like, and honestly, half the shit that I say on my podcast, most people don't fucking like. Honestly, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't care.
Exactly.
I said this when I started. If I want people to like me, I'm gonna sell ice cream. Clearly, I don't sell ice cream. I don't got no motherfucking to be. By the way, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't even eat ice cream. So that shit would never happen. Like I don't know. Like I just people need to like put themselves in a mirror and just like take personal responsibility for your own fucking action. Like and stop me if I'm wrong with the scripture. Jesus. Wow, I'm getting all mixed up. Jesus said, "He who without stone, he who without sin, cast the first stone."
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And nobody's hand should be up.
Yeah. Literally.
Nobody's hand should be up.
Put that hand down. Put that hand down, motherfucker. You ain't perfect.
But and that's what gets me, and that's when I come on strong, and I come to the defense for people, to defend people, because it's like, and if I see somebody like bashing somebody, I'm gonna say something.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you so into what they're doing. What's in your closet? I ain't talking about what's in your pocket. This ain't no Capital One. I'm talking about what's in your closet. How many skeleton bones do you have in your closet? And people always say, oh my God, Karen, you're so rude. No, I'm not rude. I'm direct. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, how you gonna be honest with somebody else?
That's true.
Take a real good look. Sometimes my goodness. Because everybody want to dress up a lie. Can we be real here? People want to dress up the lie to make the lie look good. Let me tell you something. Garbage stinks. Right? But when you're honest with yourself, that's part of healing.
That's true.
So I'm just saying, for example, y'all, if I have an issue with lying all the time, which I can name about 5 people that will lie just to lie.
Okay. So I can name 5 people.
We get up in the morning just lying for whatever reason. That's a problem. So you need to look at yourself and say, you know what? I need to deal with this issue. Why are you lying? Because you want people to portray you to be something that you're not? I'd rather know you for you than sitting here knowing this lie. What are you benefiting from it?
Nothing.
Because when the truth comes, it's going to uncover you.
Yeah.
It's going to uncover you. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, people.
I really know what I'm dealing with. That's how I feel.
Come on, Dee Dee.
I know who I'm dealing with. We good.
Come on.
Come on. I'm good.
Exactly.
I know who I'm dealing with.
Exactly.
But it's dangerous. You know who you're dealing with. Especially if you have so-called friends that you turn to, and you deal with mental health. Like that's the dangerous thing. Because it happened to me. I turned to so-called friends, and I'm like, hey, I need help. Like I'm going through all this. I'm going through that. That's the time I couldn't go to my mom. And I need serious help. I don't know who to turn to. And I got you. And then when stuff hit the ceiling, it was like, well, Deanna has depression. She has anxiety. And it's like, no one knows that. Why'd you say that?
They just threw you on the bus.
Yeah, like wow. That. And I'm like, okay, now I know who I'm dealing with. Okay. And no, thank God, like when she went out and said my business, like she said to one of my best friends. So she already knew I had it. So she was like, oh, really? Crazy. And my other friend contacted me, and she was like, be careful for her, because she crazy, like she tricky. And I'm like, okay, now I know. So it's a lot when you're going through when someone's a liar, that's your friend, but also when you're dealing with a lot as far as mentally and trying to reach out and they tell your business, it's like that's when I completely just shut it down. And that's when I can't go to nobody. I didn't even go to my mom at the time, because I was like, can I trust her? I know I can trust you, Mom, like you're my mom. But like I feel
like abandoned?
I did.
Okay.
Like I felt like no one like understood me. Like, I just felt like an alien, just, like, out of this world. And when I went to my mom and told, like, oh, like, I'm dealing with this, she was like, me too. And I'm like, what? Hold on,
like,
what?
Shit, all this time that I could have went to yo. Man, shit.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing where people look at you, but you don't know how many times I have shed tears at night. You see what I'm saying?
You was crying? I was crying too.
Right?
Like, Mom, you okay? Am I?
Mom, yes, you okay? Yeah, okay. No, you don't know. Is that one thing? And I forgot to say for 2020, what I'm doing is that all the knives that was stuck in my back in 2019, I know who put the knives there. I'm giving you back your knife.
Being vindictive, being revengeful.
No, giving it back to you, let you know I know what you did.
Okay.
So now that I took the knife out my back, now I'm allowed the healing process.
You're not holding the baggage.
No.
Gotcha.
So now I'm forgiving all those who betrayed me, because I have to live for me. So all the knives that was thrown in my back, I'm just going to hand it back. There you go, boo.
Hey, thank you.
You know what I mean?
I carried it
just
for
to let
time.
you know. Yeah, just to let you know. And I felt it when you was twisting and turning it. But just to let you know, it didn't break me. You tried, but it didn't break me.
I like that.
You know, so this year is the year for forgiveness. So the ones that told on you and told your business, people would do things for crazy reasons, but majority of the time it's because they're jealous.
I agree with that.
They're jealous. When you have a purpose and a plan, that's why I'm sorry, you guys. You may disagree or disagree. No. Totally up to you. But I don't tell all my purpose in life.
Fair enough.
Because there's somebody out there just waiting to snatch it up from you. And then you wonder why they did it before you did it. But only thing is, if it's not meant for you, it won't last long.
That's true.
So it's something you gotta keep a secret.
Yeah. Be careful who you tell your ideas to. I don't say anything until I actually put it's in motion. When it's in motion, and then I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm doing this.
There you go.
But I will only say that first step.
That's right.
Like I won't say the whole entire process because then you'll be like, oh, that's too big for you. That's too big for you.
Exactly.
Not me.
Exactly.
Like I know my purpose. It took me a while to understand, and I ran for my voice.
Right.
I really did.
Right.
So now it's like, fuck, I'm just going to embrace it.
Right.
And see where it takes me. So far, it's taking me places that I would have never thought possible.
See?
So.
I can relate to that. I was the same way. Like, growing up, I was quiet. I didn't talk much. And, you know, I stayed to myself. And, like I was being bullied and everything, I just didn't say anything. And until high school hit, and I'm like, well.
I'm going to say it all.
I'm going to say everything. Yeah. And I sure did.
I'm going to say it all. Fuck you. I don't even know you.
I just went crazy. And it got to the point where the principal was like, you definitely, like, you have a voice. And I'm like, yeah. I'm glad you hear it. Yeah. I'm so glad you hear it. Yeah. And, like, these past, like, 3 years, I've just been doing me and just focusing on me and what I have to accomplish. Because it's like, I have to live for me. Like you said, Mom, I have to live for me. Right. And it's like, if I see something that's not right, I'm going to say something. I'm sick and tired of just holding everything in. Because, again, like, holding everything in comes from anxiety. You always think someone's out for you. It's like, what's going to happen next? So just releasing that and stating how you feel and being straight up is the best way to go. If you can't turn to nobody, you can't trust nobody, you don't have the resources to seek help from somebody, just be you and be honest. Just say how you feel straight up. And I trust it. It really does work, especially with me. It worked because I didn't go to like a psychologist or therapy session. I just was honest with myself, and I was like, you know what? I didn't even wait for 2020. I was, I'm gonna do this right now.
That's good.
Sometimes you can't even wait. Just do it now.
No,
you about just because it's like when you wait, you're gonna think about it and harp on it. You're not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're driven to do something, just do it now. You're gonna do it now. So it's like
that's true.
When it comes like to mental illness, like with depression, anxiety, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with myself. I ain't gonna sit here and hide behind something that I'm really not. Like this is who I am. So I'm gonna say something. And when I said something, I almost got expelled, but I did it. Almost did.
Got caught. Wait. Okay. Back up.
But it's the truth, and they can't hide from the truth. So just be honest with yourself. I think that's the drive and the first step to like solving any mental health like issue. Just being honest with yourself and knowing like I'm not okay. I may not have the resources to get help, but I'm gonna try and be honest with myself.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the first price of healing.
Yeah,
it is. Well, today was real good, ladies. Thank you. This is the first podcast of 2020. I am sad for you to go, Didi, but I would definitely send you the link for the show so we can do it over the phone. Yeah. So that's no problem, depending on your schedule with studying and stuff like that, because we definitely want to keep you on the show. And don't worry, Karen. It will be me and you for a while. So don't worry.
Hear her ideas.
Woo! That's gonna be interesting. Yeah. That's gonna be good.
That one, my blood pressure went up a little bit. I'm like, okay.
Lord help me. Lord, take the wheel. Take the wheel. But like always, I mean, after every show, I close out. Let anybody hear this, share this, like this, send me back any feedback, and until next time. I'll talk to y'all, and Happy New Year's to everybody.